Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage INTA CEO, Etienne Sanz de Acedo.
Ladies and gentlemen, whoa, that's a full packed room. We're back. Welcome to Atlanta. Welcome to the 146th INTA annual meeting. Of course, I would like to start by thanking our sponsors, including our platinum sponsors, Global Block, GoDaddy, Tencent, and Huida Intellectual Property. I also would like to thank the annual meeting project team led by Auma Regi and Urko Ochoa. And let me thank as well INTA staff for their tireless work to make this annual meeting a unique experience to us all. Last but not least, I would like to thank all the volunteers, all the speakers, and especially our keynote speaker, Dr. Bernice King. And of course, congratulations. Congratulations to all of you, to the 9,650 registrants to this annual meeting. We have 136 countries that are represented here in Atlanta, more than 1,000 corporate representatives, and almost 200 officials from all around the world. And we have a lot of new friends and a lot of old friends that I see here in the room. Congratulations. But today, I would like to take you through another journey. We've talked about the Atlanta journey. We've talked about the annual meeting journey. I would like to spend a little time with you talking about the INTA journey over the past 4 years. And in order to do so, I would like to talk about, of course, annual meeting numbers. I would like to talk about membership retention, recruitment. I would like to share with you somehow the INTA financials and also talk about advocacy and research at INTA. So please accompany me in that journey. When we started the pandemic 4 years ago, we had to shift into virtual. And we're very lucky that more than 3,000 of you decided to support us and attend the virtual annual meetings back in 2020 and 2021. 2022, we went back in person. Yes, quite a few of us got sick, that's the truth. But we were extremely happy to get again together, to hug each other, to be again that huge family we've always been. And from there, we went to Asia, Singapore, and here we are today at 9,650. At the same time that happened, we've been able to maintain our membership and even recruit new members. As you can see here, we've kept our membership at a path of approximately 85% renewal rate, and we've been able to even recruit new members at a rhythm of about 15 to 20% on a yearly basis. Of course, we cannot ignore the huge impact the pandemic has had into our financials. You can look at the numbers here, 2020, 2021, even 2022, we're kind of struggling, but we've been able to really shift that situation in 22, as of 22, in 23, and now in 24. And at the same time, all of that was happening, thanks to all of you, we've kept increasing our advocacy efforts. And here you have absolutely phenomenal numbers, 18 resolutions passed, 34 amicus brief files, and 155 testimonies and submissions all around the world. And if that was not sufficient, we've continued expanding our research agenda with more than 25 research pieces and studies, and just 6 of them in 23 and 24. So that has been our journey up to this year. And 2024, here we are. This is a pivotal year. It's an election year. It's a year in which 49% of the eligible world population will cast a vote to elect potentially new leaders in 64 countries. At the same time, it's a year of challenges, of trade conflicts, of geopolitical tensions, of wars in Ukraine, in Gaza. It's a year of dramatic impact of climate change, blizzards, hot and cold waves, tornadoes, floods in Pakistan, in the Persian Gulf, in Central Asia, just 2 weeks ago in Brazil. It's also a year of economic recovery, but at the same time, economic uncertainty and a certain sense of fragility. And last but not least, it is a year in which we're seeing an extremely fast evolving and radical changing technologies in plural. So what is the impact of all that into individuals? You see here the face of someone who is kind of struggling. Cybersecurity, pollution, extreme weather events. All this is really impacting how, as individuals, we think, we feel, we behave. And that has created a heightened concern about the future, both collectively and individually. So I would like to share with you two pieces of data. One is the World Economic Forum 2024 Global Risk Report, when we're really looking at what are the challenges in 2 years' time and in 10 years' time. And guess what? We find economic, environmental, geopolitical, societal, and technological challenges. And if we try to translate that into individuals, the Edelman Trust Barometer has surveyed 32,000 individuals from 28 countries. The result of that, as you can see here in the screen, is that the most existential social fears have to do with climate change, with hackers, with information wars, and hopefully not with nuclear wars. And in terms of individual fears, it has to do with job losses and with inflation. Okay, what does all that mean when it comes to intellectual property? Of course, our priorities remain global harmonization, fighting against counterfeiting and piracy, ensuring enforcement of IP rights for the benefit of brand owners, for the protection of consumers. It is also about fighting confusion among consumers through brand restrictions. And it's paying attention to internet governance and the importance of the online market. And at the same time, this future, this present, has also very nice opportunities for us. Technology is definitely transforming the IP ecosystem, and we're also seeing how capital is entering both IP tech and IP business. We could talk about venture capital. We could talk about private equity. We can talk about the impact this is having on merger and acquisitions. So, as a consequence of all that, the situation today, the state of play today, is that definitely the overall value of IP and the impact of IP on the economy keeps growing and will keep growing. And that's the good news. At the same time, we're all noticing that some unregistered IP rights, for example, trade secrets, are gaining traction. And what is more important, IP rights cannot anymore be looked into silos anymore. So, in terms of IP professionals, in terms of our community, that basically means that we need to transform, we need to leverage ourselves, we need to definitely add technology and financial acumen and sensitivity into our skill set. So it's probably time for all of us, time for INTA to start building for the future. I love this picture, not only because we're here in Atlanta, but because the tree that we see behind us is a great representation of INTA. We're uniquely positioned to get ready for the future. We have an extremely solid foundation, which is our current strategic plan, 2022 to 2025. We have, look at the room, extremely dedicated members, and we have robust financials. So we need to embrace the present, we need to unlock the future, and we really need to be at the front seat. We really need to manage the change and keep control of the change when it comes to intellectual property. Going back, but still on the front seat as INTA, this is about our next strategic plan. And this is why we need to start projecting ourselves into the future. We need to approach IP in a more holistic way. We need to better understand the impact of technology and finances into intellectual property. And more importantly, we need to continue innovating, and we need to add real value to all our members, to you, to your organizations, whether they're companies or law firms. Of course, when it comes to the future of INTA, it's extremely important to talk about its meetings as well. So I'm very pleased to share that TMAP this year will take place in Philadelphia, September 22nd to 24th, and leadership meeting will take place in New Orleans, November 12th to 15. And of course, the big elephant in the room is the annual meeting. So instead of announcing, I'm going to confirm the rumor. We're extremely pleased to go to San Diego in 2025. Now, let me just finalize this presentation by really thanking you all in this room for registering to the annual meeting, for trusting INTA, for supporting INTA, because without your support, we would not be able to achieve everything we've achieved together. Thank you.